Growing concern and outrage in San Bernardino County over the transfer of death row inmates to the California Institution for Men. The decision has officials and community members worried that the Chino facility is not able to house such high-risk inmates.
And now local leaders are calling on the state for a shift in policy. KTLA's Shelby Nelson joins us live outside the California Institution for Men in Chino with the latest. Shelby.
Micah, officials gave many examples as to why this can't happen, and one of them dating back to 2018 when a prisoner of CIM was able to escape under the watch of 2 guards in the vicinity where he was. Now, Chino Mayor also saying that either these inmates need to go or the state needs to make the proper repairs to adequately house these dangerous criminals.
One inmate killed a victim with an axe during a home invasion robbery. Another one beat and tortured a woman to death.
They are the worst of the worst, criminals on death row, and many are now housed right here at the California Institution for Men in Chino after being transferred from San Quentin Rehabilitation Center.
I'm outraged that these death row prisoners, 39 so far, have been transferred from San Quentin Prison to the California Institution for Men. This is a prison that is in dire need of repair to keep these dangerous prisons housed.
City and county leaders, along with law enforcement, speaking to the dangers of what this presents to CIM's surrounding community, homes, businesses, and schools.
Our biggest concern, obviously, is we have children here.
Delos Dance and Performing Arts Studio is just across the street. Owner David Delos and his wife Bobby have upwards of 350 dancers. He'd hope that with the transfers,
that should be some added security that would provide us some ability to think that we're relatively safe.
Already, as of May 1st, an audit found that the prison housed more than 2,200 inmates. It's only designed to house 1,604, meaning capacity is bursting at the seams at 138%.
The nightmare of what my child had to go through in his last moments will be with me forever.
In 1983, Mary Ann Hughes' life changed after her 11-year-old son was one of 4 people who were brutally murdered in Chino Hills by Kevin Cooper after he escaped CIM. Her son had been at a friend's house. The California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation says that it is phasing out its death row unit at San Quentin and that transfers are placed in institutions with an electrified secured perimeter. They say the move is part of the Condemned Inmate Transfer Program, which falls under voter-approved Prop 66. The measure stipulates that condemned inmates must participate in prison programs that would help them pay restitution to victims. But critics say that moves condemned individuals to lower-level facilities that aren't always equipped with as much security.
If they go to CIM, they're going to be housed in general population. They're perhaps going to be housed in different areas within the prison.
And I reached out to the governor's office, which directed us to the state's Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation. In a statement, CDCR says that while the 2018 facility walkaway is troubling, CDCR can assure the public that these individuals will never be housed in that facility, which is outside of the lethal electrified fence. Since 2008, they've completed a variety of repairs and improvement projects at CIM and are currently addressing others. In the meantime, the city of Chino has also put together a petition that will go straight to the governor, and they're asking the community to sign it. Reporting live in Chino, I'm Shelby Nelson, KTLA 5 News.
Shelby, thank you.